So if you remember, one of my main goals for this course for us all is to see how stats applies and can even enhance your understanding of something that you really care about, or pretty much everything that you really care about. So we're going to be doing that in a series of assignments, and for now what I want you to do is locate a website or video or article or some kind of interactive uh, that somehow deals with stats or data and is connected to something, authentically connected to something that you care about. So I'm going to go through a few examples here and then mention how you might do some searches of your own, and then show you where to put that in the in the spreadsheet. Okay, so let me just go through a few big sites. This is called Visual Capitalist, and if you go here, you might just scroll through until you find something that you find interesting. So instead of doing the entire site, it'd be nice if you focus in on a specific infographic or article or something like that. Another site that would be very similar is called informationisbeautiful.net. Informationisbeautiful.net. This was visualcapitalist.com. Informationisbeautiful.net also has a bunch of them you could scroll through, and I would encourage you to surf through several. Don't just pick the first one you come across. Find one that actually interests you. Don't just try to do this to get this done. Flowing Data is a third site that has a whole bunch of really interesting articles, interactives, data visualizations. And that's flowingdata.com. And a fourth here is ourworldindata.org. And up here it has articles by topics, so you can see things like demographic change, health, there's all kinds of topics there, food, energy, poverty, living conditions, human rights, violence and war, education and knowledge. Each one of these has a subsection with lots of interesting stuff. So you would choose a specific thing here, and could be one of yours. You could do an article. So here's an interesting article on the development of big data and how it's now at the point where just by assessing 100 or 200 of your social media likes, artificial intelligence can predict how you might feel in these situations better than someone very close to you could do. And it's a very interesting, perhaps disturbing, topic. So an article like this would be fine to do. Not this particular article, but just find some article that involves some statistics or data and the topic you find interesting. Could be a video. This is a video, The Fallen of World War II. And it takes the statistics and the data and makes it very visually attractive in an informative way that you come out of it really understanding the scale of World War II much better than when you went into it. So a video, choosing a video that involves some stats or data and a topic that you care about would work. Here's another type of video. So TED Talks would certainly be, and any TED Talk would be fine that involves some data or statistics and a topic. This one here, Talithia Williams, she's a really cool statistician, and she talks about how owning her own body's data allows her to make health decisions and perhaps even saved her life, or her husband's life, I think it was in the story. Here's a neat website if you're into baseball. They actually have similar ones for almost any sport, but you can see how they run these Monte Carlo simulations and predict each team's chance of making the playoffs, winning their division, and actually winning the World Series at any given point in time. So it's interactive and constantly updated, a really cool site. Nikki Case, so this is ncase.me, has a whole bunch of interesting interactive, and these you may or may not see the connection with the data or statistics, but in order to create these interactions, she has to use a bunch of, essentially it's a Monte Carlo simulation again. So any of these would be fine to use, these types of things, or these. You've seen this already, so a click-through interactive that analyzes, this one's for music, so if you're interested in music, again, not this particular one, we've already seen this, but this type of thing. And the one that I'm posting, first of all, is this interactive. I'm interested in what I eat and drink and how it impacts my health. Um, and so this visualization right here, I can screen by different conditions, and it summarizes these meta-analyses, these big studies. And we'll talk more about this particular one, but this is one that I do use to make decisions about what I eat or drink if I want to for a certain health condition. So what I would envision here is that you click around, don't just go to the first thing that you come to. And you might go to Google search and you might do something like statistics or data and soccer. Um, and you might be able to find something. You click a few here. Some of them are going to be pretty boring and not so interesting. Um, but some of them you'll come to and you'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool, that site. Maybe you'll put something like interactive, or maybe in your Google search you'll go to videos and see what kinds of things might be here. So I'd encourage you to dive in. If you do have any trouble, I don't think you will have trouble finding stuff. There's so much out there. But if you do, please write me. Tell me some of the specific topics that you do care about deeply, and I'll help you find something. But once you find it, go ahead and click on the link to the Interesting Stats spreadsheet, and you'll put your link here. It'll get cut off. That's fine. We don't need to see your entire link in order to click on it. So you'll find your name, paste your link, just real briefly describe the topic. So soccer, or World War II deaths, or coronavirus by race, or something that's just a very, very short summary. And then think of this as advertising or marketing. Why would potentially other people in the class want to come watch this video or read this article or go through this site that you've shared with us? Because we will be looking at each other's sites later on. So do make sure you do your best to sell it to us. Tell a sentence or two why we should come visit this site that you've found for us. Okay. Good luck. Looking forward to what you come up with.